I enjoyed the spiritual thing that we did last week, whenever it was. And one of the things, how you're going through, and it's like, no, you're not going to say anything because you don't want everybody else to know what you're trying to work on, because then it's like, oh, you didn't remember what you're practicing, going. And so it's like, but there's one thing that I know, and Anna, I'm going to pick on you a little bit. She knows what's coming. One of the things that we were in the office and we were all doing some stuff in there, and we were kind of talking a little bit, and then there was something I was kind of telling Katie how to do, or so, I'm not even sure what it was or what I was saying. But afterwards, I'd gotten up and I was getting ready to go back out, and Anna goes, Linda, she goes, I'm sure glad I knew what you were saying, because you sounded so mean and nasty to Katie. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And I said, it's like, really? And so it's like, that's one of the things, and see, I'm getting loud now too. Anyway, she said, I said, that's one of my practicing things, is trying to be a little bit softer, but it just doesn't always work, And so it's, that's something that's, I try. I'd really try. And the other day I was in with Kathy, and we were talking and doing something, and all of a sudden, I know, I'm getting too loud. Shh, start whispering. And then it gets louder and louder. And so, if I'm with you and I'm talking a little bit too loud, and, just go, and then I'll get the hint. But it's amazing how, something little like that can, cause people to get upset, mad. Communication is so, it's one of those little, how they talk about the little foxes, that's one of those little things that can get in there sometimes when there's not the right kind of communication. And one of the words that I think about, but like I said, it's always hard to practice and always try to do it, is in Proverbs 15:1, it says, a soft answer turneth away wrath, but grievous words stir up anger. And how, sometimes you're saying something that you don't really mean it the way you're saying it, or, no, that didn't come out right, or I didn't use that word right, or you don't hear it, or sometimes even, I know when I am loud, then it like echoes all the way down the hallway. And, Paul's made a comment, yeah, I heard you all the way down the hallway, it sounds like you're having a party in there, and it's like, we were just talking, So, well, I was just talking, I'll say it that way, I guess. But it's so important to be, just to be careful. And, even when you're outside working or giving other instructions, or, if somebody's doing something wrong, how do you say you're not doing this right? Do you yell at them? Are you quietly telling them? How are you speaking to other people? And I know with me sometimes, I think I'm doing it okay, because sometimes if I know I have to do something, not that I have to correct Katie or Anna, hardly, but I mean, if there's something that I know that I have to correct somebody with, it's usually like 5 days that I'm working on, how am I going to say this? I got to make sure I say this right. Okay, if I do this, and it's like what, Barb was saying, those little scenarios that you do in your mind, and trying to make them come out right, and you think, okay, it's going, and all of a sudden you get in, you're all ready to do something comes up, you can't, and then something else comes up, and you have to say something, and it goes, bleh, and it's like, well, we just threw up all those words, and it didn't come out very good, and so we, just really need to be careful on how we say, because, it used to be the old saying, sticks and stones can break your bone. No, what is yeah, sticks and stones can break your bones, but your mother's back and words can never, yeah, you know what it is. Blah, 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 And, nowadays, I don't think that's true anymore. because you can heal from broken bones. You can get mended from broken bones. But words, no. When words are said, that doesn't go away. That doesn't go away. What people say sometimes, even when they're not really aware of it, sometimes it hurts. And we just have to really be careful, careful with the things. And in Psalms 119, 105, I know this was, we had Pioneer Girls when we were little, and one of the verses, it was Psalms 119, 105, and it says, "Thy word is a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path." And, you know, the words that the Bible has for us is it's showing us the way. It's giving us the right ways to go. And sometimes we just have to remember it and put it into practice. You know, say the right things and think about how we're going to say things, and just be careful.